Hi, I'm Tiera Click, the CEO and founder of When the Mind Clicks, and today I'm going to go over a presentation that I facilitated at the Wellness Conference, which was at Disneyland Hotel. So magical. And it was about enhancing quality of life. So, for those of you who don't know about me and When the Mind Clicks, just know everything we do is about enhancing quality of life, making your life, relationships, body, wellness, well being, all of those things that much better so that you're not just surviving, that you can thrive and enjoy. I'm not going to go through the entire presentation, but I'm going to run through the PowerPoint and show you the resources that I provided and just speak really quickly about some of the things I touched on because each of the things I'm going to share with you right now honestly can be lessons in themselves. So right now, this is just all about providing resources and just recapping. So for those of you who are at the wellness conference, tap into this video if you need a recap. And yeah, so let's dive in. All right, so enhancing quality of life. Basically, this was all about sharing tools. It was the process of enhancing quality of life. So for me, that process looks like we're going to skip through these icebreakers just because we're not really in the session. So the process of enhancing quality of life for me is starting with yourself. All right. So When the Mind Clicks works on a S.E.U.S. framework. S.E.U.S. All right. So there's two S's: self, system, education, understandings, stops, setbacks. So if you work on yourself first, then you work on your system, your relationships, your environment, the things around you. Then you get some education. After you receive that education, you gain understanding of the knowledge that you've attained. Then, with all of those things, you can stop setbacks. And again, no longer just survive, you can start thriving. So, when we're talking about the process of enhancing quality of life, we're going to focus on the first S today: self. So, the process of enhancing quality of life starts with self. And when we break self down, I want to talk about self-sabotage first. Because before we go fixing everything else in our lives, I think it is important that we identify the areas in which we fall short or might contribute to some of the turmoil or chaos in our own lives. This is not to shame or blame. This is to become aware so that you can become enlightened. Okay. The more you know about yourself, the better you can navigate life. So, first, we're going to tackle self sabotage. Get that out the way. It's uncomfortable. But once we do that, we can start healing all other areas because we need to get familiar with radical responsibility and accountability. All right, so how we self sabotage is a first step in enhancing quality of your life, acknowledging that, becoming aware of that, learning that. Then identifying your strengths. Okay, so before we start diving into other stuff, you are going to uncover your strengths. What are your character strengths? What areas are you strong in? What areas really shine bright? What areas do people really compliment you on or look to lean on you for, right? What areas make you feel proud or fulfilled about yourself, all right? After that, we're going to go over a framework called the PERMA Plus model, which was developed by educator and psychologist Martin Seligman. So he put this framework together, this PERMA model, to really help guide enhancing quality of life. So when we get there, I will break it down. But for right now, this is just a little recap of what we went over. And yeah, again, let's dive in. Remember, at the end of the day, your most permanent home is you. So, call to action, let's explore how we can intentionally improve our quality of life one step at a time, inside out. So, before we can enhance life, we must understand what's getting in the way. Is it me? Am I the drama? Okay, so how we self sabotage. First of all, can we just look at this picture? Okay, that's enough. So, positive intelligence suggests that saboteurs are what Dr. Shirzad, so he developed a positive intelligence course and the saboteurs, which identify self-sabotaging behaviors. So when I use the word saboteurs, we're talking about Dr. Shirzad's positive intelligence course about self-sabotage. Keep up. All right, so saboteurs hinder our well-being and quality of life. These are those inner voices that spark negative emotions while navigating daily challenges. They embody the automatic thought patterns that dictate how we think, feel, and react. So, before any of the other saboteurs get triggered or activated, the judge saboteur gets activated. All right, so we all have the judge. The judge is universal. It's the thing that criticizes yourself. It's the thing that criticizes others. It criticizes circumstances, environments, situations. You, right? That's the judge. Once the judge is activated, all your other saboteurs get activated. So, everyone has the judge. Anyway, I'm going to go through this really quickly. So for those of you who want to reach out and learn a little more or sign up for some of these assessments or courses, keep a lookout for QR codes for screenshots, or go ahead and sign up for coaching with me. I'm not a positive intelligence coach, so I won't be teaching this directly, but I do have so many more tools, tips, tricks, and concepts that stem from self-sabotage that might be helpful for you. All right, so the judge is the master saboteur. Then, let me show you real quick. Down here, we have all the saboteurs. So you can fall under the avoider category, the controller, the hyperachiever, hyper-rational, hyper-vigilant, pleaser, restless, okay, the stickler, or the victim, okay? Oh no, I don't want to ask Copilot anything. Goodbye. So take a look at these, screenshot if you need to. That QR code in the middle is something that I provided for the audience. Basically, if you take the QR code, scan it, and go to the website, you can take the Saboteurs assessment. It will rank your saboteurs in order from which ones are most prevalent to which ones are least prevalent. So it'll let you know. And it will also let you know all of these factors about your saboteur. So let's say you fall under the avoidant category. It'll tell you your core traits. It'll tell you typical thoughts that an avoidant might have, feelings that an avoidant might have, justifications and lies that someone who avoids might tell themselves or others, the impact it has on your relationships, yourself and others. And it's also going to tell you the origin, so why this saboteur started in the first place. I think that one's super important because most of these saboteurs are self-sabotaging behaviors in adulthood, but as children, these actually helped maybe save us or protect us, keep us safe. They were a survival mechanism, a tool, right? So we developed them to protect ourselves. But as we're adults, as we continue to grow, if we don't let go of some of those things that we developed to protect ourselves, they might turn into self-sabotaging behaviors. So in the assessment, once you take it, after you scan that QR code, it'll tell you, okay, you fall under this category of saboteur. This is your highest saboteur. And then it will rank them all in order. It'll tell you core traits. So it'll explain about the core traits of the victim, the typical thoughts, the feelings, justifications, and lies, such as, my pain shows depth. That kind of stuff is what makes you lean more into your saboteur because you're almost justifying it, right? Maybe if I keep showing this much emotion or this much pain, they'll show up for me, right? And that kind of leans from its origin because honestly, if we fall under the victim category of saboteur, a lot of us might have fell in that category because we realized that showing distress, pain, heightened emotions were how we got attention or how we got our emotional needs met. Maybe we got more response or care from others by demonstrating how much pain we were in or how much help we need, the suffering of it all, right? So it'll tell you your impact on others. And yeah, so that's the saboteur section. Again, we're going to go ahead and roll through this. But if you have questions, comment below. So I want you guys to ask yourself, call yourself out whenever you find out your top saboteur. What do they sound like, right? What does that saboteur sound like? So for hyper-rational, it sounds like telling yourself emotions are just a distraction. People are irrational. My worth comes from knowledge and competency, right? When do they show up? Well, the hyper-rational shows up when I have anxiety about intrusions, when I feel detached, when I need to analyze my environment, when I feel frustrated with people who are too emotional for me, right? And then what is the cost of listening to this saboteur? Well, it can create an emotional distance between me and someone else, right? They might think I come off cold. They might think I'm calculated. They might think that I'm arrogant, right? People might feel alienated, and it really could limit your connection with others, being so hyper rational all the time. All right. So I want you guys to ask yourself these 3 questions about whichever saboteur you end up getting as your top saboteur after you take the assessment. Here's another opportunity to take a picture of the QR code. All right. After that, we discussed a little bit about what's the true strength hidden behind your saboteur. I do want people to identify that your saboteur started for a reason, so there probably is a strength in it. So for an example, if you're a controller, then you probably are really good at being a leader when you're grounded. All right. After that, all right, we know our self-sabotaging behaviors. We know our saboteurs. All right, we know what role we play. Now let's look at our strengths, something that we often overlook, okay? So we're gonna look at character strengths. We need to identify what areas are we strong in, right? What areas do we really show up, excel, exceed, and, people really enjoy that from us. So these are 6 categories. These are not the strengths, but these are the categories that the strengths fall under. So these are virtues, right? So your strength might come from wisdom. And if you have a wisdom strength, then you probably have the strength of curiosity, creativity, perspective, a love of learning, and judgment, right? Those all fall under the virtue of wisdom. Okay? So your strengths fall under a certain virtue. Wisdom is a virtue. Courage, humanity, justice, temperance, transcendence are all virtues. Your strengths fall under the virtues. Okay? So for those who want to pause this and take a picture of this, do it, screenshot. All right. There is also a character strengths assessment, which scan this QR code here. All right. And you can take the character strengths assessment, which is facilitated by VIA or VIA, and you will get your character strengths ranked in order from your strongest strength to your least dominant strengths. It does not go into your weaknesses. It just ranks your strengths in order from the strongest to the least dominant. So again, scan that QR code if you need it. Pause if you need to. Okay. At the end of the day, when we get more familiar with ourselves, we have more power to improve our quality of life. We become aware of self-sabotage, we acknowledge our strengths, and we tend to our well-being. And that's where the PERMA model comes in, okay? Take a picture of this if you need to know more about the PERMA model, but basically it's an acronym that helps you to enhance quality of life. And if you follow the letters within that acronym, PERMA, PERMA, and the plus sign, then you will be able to find a nice track to enhancing quality of life. So ask yourself, am I experiencing positive emotion? What brings me joy, laughter, peace? Am I allowing positive emotions into my space? If so, I can start enhancing my quality of life with some positive emotion. Engagement. Do I ever do anything that puts me in flow, gets me in the zone? Maybe I love crocheting and I just get lost in it. Maybe I'm a soccer coach and I just love when we have a game, or love going to practice or tryouts. I just fall into flow. That's engagement. Relationships. What's your relationship hygiene like? Hygiene is how well you take care of something, okay? So are they healthy? Are you emotionally supported? Do you feel seen, connected? What is that like? Are they off track? If so, get them on track, because that can help enhance your quality of life. Meaning, do you have a sense of purpose? What makes you feel like it's something bigger outside of yourself, or gives you that feeling of connection, right? So what's that sense of purpose? Accomplishment or achievements, feeling proud of yourself and acknowledging it, okay? So an accomplishment can be, hey, I got a certificate because I graduated from here, yay. But it can also be, I've been depressed and I didn't shower this week, and today I woke up and I showered and I went outside. Okay? Don't sleep on yourself. That is an achievement. And then lastly, vitality. That's all the physical body stuff. That's nutrition, sleep hygiene, again, how well you take care of something. Movement and optimism, being able to see things working out in your favor. Okay, so take care of that vitality. That is like almost the first domino. Each of them actually are little dominoes. You know, when you knock a domino down, the rest follow behind. Honestly, if you just grab hold of one of these, it most likely will make the rest follow. But vitality is always a good place to start. Your sleep hygiene, your nutrition, your movement is the first domino that is almost more than likely to knock every domino down and get you in that PERMA. So, this is how you can enhance quality of life. All right, so ask yourself, what's your strongest letter? Which letters need attention? All right, so start reflecting on that. Take a picture of this so you can set micro goals for yourself. Okay, so use the PERMA model, set some micro goals. If you're going to go for engagement, then a micro goal, a small habit or small goal can be to do one thing, just one, that fully absorbs your attention for 20 minutes. No multitasking and no guilt. Okay, take a picture of this, get some micro goals down. All right, we don't have neighbors here. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe you're sitting with someone, but note this all down. Set a micro goal for next week, okay? Progress doesn't come from pressure, it comes from consistency. Start with self-awareness and let that be enough for now. All right, so I want you guys to reflect on what clicked for you. So this is, again, what we did in the presentation. Was it the self-sabotage? Was it the character strengths? Was it the PERMA model? Let's hear about it. And lastly, this is me. Oh my gosh, Tiera Click, CEO and founder of When the Mind Clicks. Yes, a master in counseling psychology, bachelor in intercultural communication, mental health educator and business owner, momentum coach, lived experience baddie. Your girl has experienced trauma, okay? So my knowledge, all the things that I provide to you all is not only from my skill set from academic courses and work and vocational skills, but it's also lived experience. So this is why the channel is called What Works For Me. Scan the QR code to subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this, you're probably on the channel. And stay connected and look at my website, my Instagram, okay? And if you guys need references, screenshot this page, all right? So I went through that as quickly as possible, and I just wanted to share this resource. Again, this is just a recap for those people who were at the presentation and other people who want to gain some knowledge or psychoeducation on these topics. So please take these resources and apply them into your lives, help enhance your quality of life, and start with self. And remember, when the mind clicks, so does everything else.